Hi you guys, welcome to the Rubber Room. I'm Chris Colley. I'm coming to you from Rochester Hills, Michigan for another exciting episode of Create with Chris Live on this Monday night. I have a few housekeeping things to share with you. And first of all is the, hi Beth, thanks for tuning in. The puppies class that I'm going to be having this Thursday. The morning class is full, but the evening class does have a couple openings left in it. And this is my regular monthly card class, and it's Cards with Chris. We're going to make 8 cards, 2 each of 4 different designs, and it is $15 or free with a $25 order. So these are the 4 cards that we're going to make. And this one, all of them are going to use the poppies and the coordinating framelits with it. This one here, I love that background stamping on there. And then this one is going to be kind of a fancy fold one that opens like this. And then this one was one that I really liked. I like that technique here with the masking and then also the background stamp with the sponging on it. So those are the 4 cards that we're going to make on Thursday night. And on Sunday we have our pretty and posh Pinterest party. We are going to make 2 samplers and coordinating gifts with both of them. So the first one is this bee sampler that was designed by that Michelle. These are both 12 by 12 samplers, and the class does not come with the frame. And it's $35 or $30 if you're a team member. Along with that frame, we get the little gold pizza box and 3, ooh, that was yucky, 3 3x3 cards that are going to go inside it. This one has those little great gold enamel dots. Aren't those pretty? I love those. Thanks for the hearts, Beth. And then this one, which is with the celebration paper that has that gold on it. Just gorgeous. And then this one, she's added some pearls and some sequins too. So that will be a really fun one. And then, let me decide where I'm going to put this so I don't break it. It'd break my heart if I broke Michelle's for you. And then this one is mine. This is with the positive thoughts. And it is a stamp set in the mini catalog that they just came out with coordinating framelits with it. And with that one, we will be doing this cute little 3x3 post-it note holder. Okay, so that's coming up on Sunday. I think that will be it for me for February, and then I'll have lots of great things planned again in March. In March, I'm going to have my BOGO sale. And there's something else, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, another bingo. So I'm going to have my bingo and my BOGO sale together, and that will wrap up. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for tuning in. That will wrap up Celebration. So, and then we'll be back to the mini catalog. So next, we're going to do the make and takes that I did. I had my team meeting on Tuesday. We used lots of products from the new catalog, or the second release of Celebration. So you will be able to order these as customers beginning March 3rd. So March 3rd, you can order these 4 new sets, actually 3 new sets. One of them is called Tags in Bloom. And so you have all these great sentiments. And I'm missing you too, Yvonne, and I hope you get back here to see the Rubber Room very soon. This one has lots of sentiments, and it does match 2 of the punches that are in the mini catalog. This one is called Rise and Shine, and it coordinates with the framelits that came with the Cup of Christmas bundle at Christmas time. So this one is not here, but the framelits match this stamp set here. And then also we have the Well-Dressed Man stamp set. This one's going to be a lot of fun. It kind of is an offshoot of the Well-Dressed for Women that we had with the purse and the fancy 6x6 paper. And our other item that was new to this celebration catalog is called Flowering Foil Specialty Designer Series paper. And it has all of these great foil pieces. This one's kind of all chopped up because we are going to use some pieces from that in some cards that we made. And this one, I love this one. This one might be my favorite one from this pack. And then there's this great one too. This one looks kind of good when you put that one with it also. And we have lots of foil papers in copper and silver and gold and champagne that will match these and look really good with them. And then the other thing we have is an embossed vellum, and it comes in 3 colors. So you have this great kind of purple posy color, and then this blue, and then you have this green. The green is kind of a seafoam color. So we actually used a lot of these products at our team meetings so that our demonstrators could have lots of samples to go out and share with their downline. So I'm going to share with you the ones that we made. So I'm going to turn you down and you can check it out. Hold on one second. We'll get you down there. We'll turn some lights on. And let me grab my script pad here. There we go. And I think that makes me ready. I can tell that adhesive might be running out. So I'm going to grab a refill for it. Hang on 1 second because I don't want to run out while I'm doing it. That would be really bad. Oh, here's some tape I can use when I run out because I know that I am going to. So we'll get that out of there. Okay. So can you see? Let's see where my hands are. And I think we want to be over here a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to stay right in this target area right here. And we're going to start with, let's start with this one. We're going to use our brayer for this one. And what I've done, this is the card that we're going to make. And you can see this one uses that great paper in the back of it. So that's this paper here, and we're just going to color it, add some color to it with our brayer. So we have my handy dandy little basket here. Yeah, and I'm just going to give a big burnish on my score line. Get a nice crisp fold in it. I'm using champagne foil for this frame, and I like to conserve my foil paper because it's so gorgeous. So I just cut the middle out of it because you're not going to see that when you put this over top of it. So I just cut the middle out and I save that for another project. Okay, so to get this, that gorgeous rich peacock color, I'm just going to brayer the peacock over top of it. So if you can see my ink pad here, it has like little gouge lines in it, and that is from the edge of my brayer being pushed down too hard. So you don't want to go too hard with your brayer on here. You want to keep it a light back and forth like this, so that these black pieces are not actually touching the ink on your ink pad. And you want to lift it up so that you get it all the way around your little roller. If you just do this, you're only going to get about that much of your brayer inked. So we're going to lift it up and go all the way around. And then we're going to brayer it onto your piece of cardstock or your piece of designer series paper. And I don't think it matters if you go kind of kittywampus, corner to corner, or up and down, or vertical. You just want to get the ink distributed nice and evenly on your whole piece of paper. Just going to do that with that. It doesn't take long, and it doesn't take a lot of ink. And it doesn't have to be a perfectly even distribution. You can even do this so it has kind of an ombre look to it. That would be really pretty to use 1 or 2 different colors of ink with it too. Okay. So while my ink pad is out here, I'm going to take a piece of scrap paper and I'm going to stamp this frame. That frame comes from the Tags kit. Let's see, the Tags in Bloom. It's from this one here, so it's going to be that one right there that has the little dots on it. And I'm just going to ink it up and stamp it on my piece of scrap paper. And then I'm going to ink up a sentiment for the inside of it. And I'm going to do wishing you the best. So this would be a nice spring wedding shower card, which I'm going to need because, for those of you who don't know, my son is getting married in August. So we'll have that June shower coming up. Okay, so he's going to be a busy boy. He is going to play nationals in April, and he's really excited. It's his last chance for a championship ring. So I'm just going to cut a little bit of this scrap paper off because it's a little too big to go into my punch. Okay, and then I'm going to turn my punch upside down just so I can center these words. Just want to get them centered. That frame. It's hard to do it when it's looking down so you guys can see. Okay, so there we go. All right, now I'm going to take a piece of my copper ribbon and put it around my designer series paper. And let's get my snail, and I'm just going to put some snail on there, and that's going to hold my ribbon down. I'm going to put it around my edges. I'm going to go back over where I put my copper ribbon on there. I'm going to put that on my champagne foil. Just line it up there. And then I'm going to attach all of this to my card front. Attach it so it goes looking at you. And I'm just going to put some dimensionals behind here so that it kind of pops it up a little bit. And we'll put that over here. And then I'm just going to tie a little knot with this copper ribbon. And this is actually a good ribbon right at the end here. This is actually a good ribbon to add a little bit of a bonus by just kind of shredding or pulling apart the edges. It's kind of a really meshy ribbon. Meshy as opposed to messy. So we'll cut it. And then we can just pull the ribbon apart like this. So you get kind of that real fun, wobbly look to it. And then we'll do that with this side too. So there you go. How about that? And that is, again, with the foil paper. Love that foil paper. In fact, I love it so much, we'll do another card with it right now. Let's do this card with it. I get to watch me color a little bit. This is that big flowery pattern. Remember that I said we were cutting pieces out of it. So I'm gonna actually, I did cut my little flower out already so that you wouldn't have to watch me color or cut all night long after watching me color. This is some light soft suede blends that I'm using right in the middle of it. And these are like little buds, I think. And then I'm going to use my Daffodil Delight. I think I'll use So Saffron in the middle. And this is my dark So Saffron. So just use that right in the middle there. And then we'll use some mint macaron. And I'm going to start with the light and then kind of blend the dark into it. So I'm going to use my brush tip with the light. And then while that is still wet, I'm going to go in with my blunt tip on my dark and just kind of shade that a little bit. Okay? And then we're just going to do these little tiny leaves in the light. And these I'll do the same way. I'll do the light and then go in with my dark and just add a little bit of shading. When I'm shading, I like to use that nub end. Not sure why. I always feel like I have maybe a little more control with that. So I'll do this one. And always when you're using your blend, it's best to shade them while they're still wet. It's a little bit easier to get a good blend with them that way. Okay, and I did this one in my saffron. So let's try this one in some purple. We'll do some light purple posy. I like that purple posy color. And it doesn't matter. Some people like to do a little circle kind of coloring with their blends. But I think when I'm doing filling in an area like this, it's easier for me to do a big stroke and kind of cover a large area at one time. So I'll do just an entire leaf, or petal, I guess these are called. Not leaves, but petals. Leaves would be the things that I made mint when we first started. Stampin' Up! Always gives you kind of cheat lines for you to use for shading. So now I'm going to go back in with my dark, and again I'm going to use my nub tip. Go right along their cheat lines. And just add a little bit of shading right there. And it's always quick and easy that way. I love that they make it so easy for you to coordinate things and see where you need to add shadows, and because then you don't really have to be an artist. You can just kind of fake it with their guidelines. So there we go. And I used heavy or thick Whisper White cardstock for my card base. So we'll just go in and give it that big crease along my already scored line. And then we have a piece that's 5 1/4 by 4. I don't know if you can see that. I ran it through the Settles embossing folder, so it has a little bit of lines to it there. And we're just gonna adhere that to the front. And again, you can go in and actually put it on dimensionals if you wanted to, but I'm gonna lay it flat on there. I did take a little piece of this vellum, and actually that vellum is the same size piece as I cut off to do our latest card. Got a little bit of tape on the outside here. I'm going to use our adhesive remover to get that off. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to take this little piece of vellum and mine is probably over on my table. So I'm going to use this piece of purple vellum behind there. And I'm actually going to put my snail adhesive right in the middle of it because that's going to be covered up by my flower. So I'm just going to put that right down the side there. And then I'm going to attach the flower that I cut out from the foil paper and colored with my blends. I'm going to just put some dimensionals on there. And you'll do it kind of like this maybe. Okay. And then I have this little piece that I punched. Actually, I used some framelits with this so I wouldn't have to bring my my big shot over today. So I'm just gonna do one that says sending hugs, and I'm gonna stamp it. Actually, I'm gonna stamp off, I think, and then stamp at a little angle there. And because I put my flower down on dimensionals, I'm just gonna add a little bit of snail to the back of this and kind of slide it right under there like that. Okay. I hope you guys can see that. And this is the one that we did it in yellow with the kind of macaron piece behind it. So this gives you an idea about how versatile not only the foil paper is, especially when you do it like this, but how the vellum will act to just kind of add an extra dimension and pop it a little bit. So the last one that we did was with the cup of tea. And let's get our goodies out. Here's my piece of vellum I was looking for in the other basket. That sometimes happens when you get so many baskets going. Things go in baskets where they aren't going to be used for that particular card, but that's okay. We had another piece right here that was the perfect size, so I don't know about you guys, but I can manage to trash a stamping spot in absolutely no time at all. So let's see where we are here. If I can find anything at all. Okay, so I have my Heather Highland card base, and I'm just going to burnish that real quick. And then I'm going to attach this piece of vellum. And I'm going to attach it kind of right in here because that's the part that's going to be covered up with my coffee cup. So over in here. And I'm doing that because I don't want my adhesive to show through. See how you can see your adhesive on the vellum there? I don't want that to show through on my gorgeous card after I'm done making it. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and here's what our card's going to look like. Okay, and I'm going to have to center all of this in order to make it fit. This is one of the framelits that comes in the Sending You Thoughts bundle. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Highland Heather at the bottom of it. I'm going to actually stand up so I can be sure that I've got it going down there. And then I'm going to take my espresso, and I'm going to stamp off with my espresso, because espresso is kind of like really, really dark. I mounted my words a little crooked there, so I'm going to stamp off so that it gets kind of a second generation there with the coffee at the bottom of the card. And I'm also going to do that with the steam that's going to be up here. So in order to get that lined up where I want, I'm going to stamp my cup. Make sure I get it inked nice and evenly. And I'm just stamp my cup right down there. All right, and then I'm just going to get some steam to the top of it. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to stamp it in my espresso and then stamp off so I get a second generation of steam with it. There we go. And then I want to pop up my coffee cup on some dimensionals. So I have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'll go back and get my coffee cup stamp. Get it over there so you guys can see what's going on. I'm going to stamp that down there, and it has this really cute little framelit that would go on there, and cut it out, but I forgot my big shot, so we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm just going to trim around there real quick while I chat with you and let you know that all of these items that I've been using tonight, you can order starting March 3rd, as I said, but if you're a demonstrator, you can pre-order them now, which means, sheesh, old Lefty there got that one right in her way. Trimmed it up so that I couldn't get my hand in there. You can pre-order these items now and add them to your starter kit. So if you aren't a demonstrator but need to have these things, they are great items to put in your starter kit, and then you'll have them before your friends and neighbors, and you can share some beautiful creations with them before they can get their hands on their own. Well, that's one of the biggest perks I love about being a demonstrator, is I get to get these things before my customers do. I actually this time even pre-ordered mine and had them shipped, quick ship, so that I could share them with the demonstrators in our group. So the starter kit is your best deal in the catalog because it's $99. You get $125 worth of merchandise, and it comes with a paper pumpkin kit, free shipping. You get to choose an additional stamp set of your choice, and you get a mini paper trimmer and a pack of 6x6 designer series paper. So you can bring that value up to about $225, $230 just by adding in all of your extra goodies. And I love being a demonstrator. You guys know that, how much I like to share with you and our team. So I'm just gonna lay that right on top of the one I stamped, okay? And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add some of these great, they're from my heart, Faceted Gems. And so I'm gonna use my green glue. And I'm just gonna put some little dots of glue. You know, actually, I'm gonna adhere this so I can let the glue dry while it's already on my card. Oh gosh, I knew I was gonna run out of snail, right? So let's pop this up. How about that? We'll put some dimensionals behind here instead of making it flat on our card. So there we go. We'll just stick some dimensionals on the back of it. Oh, I hope all of you guys had a great weekend. We were in Missouri visiting my son for a hockey tournament and parents' weekend this past weekend. So, and we flew out on Friday and then back on Sunday, and shoo, feeling my age today, ladies. So I'm just gonna put 3 little dots on each side. And these Faceted Gems come in 3 different colors. They come in pink, red, and then white. And they also come in 3 different sizes. I'm gonna use my frame out of here. I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool to get some of these little tiny ones out. Wow, look at this, they're all stuck together. Somebody stuck their glue in there. Let's see if we can get them apart. That's something you don't want to do, is put your glue into your sequins, because then all of your sequins are stuck together. So there we go. We're just gonna place them on there. My Take Your Pick tool is gonna be a little hard to get them off with, but I think because I put the glue on there that I'm just gonna have to take my finger and press it down. Let's take another little bunch there. And you can use whatever size or color you want to use. You can use regular sequins on there. You could use pearls on there. You could use rhinestones on there. You could really use whatever you wanted to use, because yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine. So there we go. We'll add a clear one here. Over here. They are a little bit hard to get off with this Take Your Pick tool. But I think that will, let's see if my scissors would actually work to hold it. No. So your Take Your Pick tool is going to be your best option, and you're just going to have to kind of fuss with it to get it off. And probably if you just held it there and waited for it, the glue to be a little tacky, you'd be okay too. So there we go. How about that? So you have lots of new products in this one, because you have that new stamp set and this new vellum embossed paper, and these heart gems are from the new catalog too. So lots of great things happening in not only the mini catalog, but the celebration catalog and the coordinating products, and the new second release of the celebration items. So that's a good, I think the only one we didn't use was the masculine one. So let me just pop you guys back up here real quick. I'll say goodbye to everybody. If I can get you back up here, I hope that you guys enjoyed that. If you think that you want to get those stamps early, I always have one of these lights that gives that glare on my glasses. So if you think you want to get these stamps early or join my team or come to an upcoming event, just leave a comment below or email me and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope I see you back here next Monday night for another episode of Create with Chris Live, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.